When I'm sleeping, I randomly imagine her pits. It was nasty. Hey guys, it's Hippo Fruit. I'm back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about this girl that was obsessed with me in 4th grade and she would not let it go. But before we get into that part, I'm just going to tell y'all my quick little spiel. Please like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you're going to do, especially watch the Amazon video right here. Please. That was the point of making this channel in the first place. I need to get the word out because I want my $1,000. Please, if you guys go to my school or if you ever went to my school, please do not share this video if you find out who I'm talking about. She does not go to our school anymore, but she did for a while in our district. So I'm begging y'all, like, don't, because I don't want to embarrass her. It's pretty easy to figure it out, even though I'm not going to be using her real name. So that's just a quick disclaimer. Please, this is for entertainment only. I'm not trying to talk shit. So, well, maybe. You're going to be calling her Topaz. She thought she was a diamond, but she wasn't. She was a topaz. She was obsessed with Monster High, and I'm just going to keep it real. She smelled. And when I say smell, I don't say like she smelled like a little bit. She smelled like the poop from the customer poop video. That's what she smelled like. She smelled like the old man poop. I don't know how that's possible. Unless your parents don't care about you. How can you not shower at all? She didn't really have a lot of friends. I think this was her first year in my district. And then she left in like 6th grade. So she was only around for 2 years. She had something going on with her. She would always get in arguments with people. She was just a very angry girl. My 4th grade teacher, Mrs. Kowalski, I love her to death. I don't know where she is now. Yes, that's her real name. So I'm just going to give her a shout out. Mrs. Kowalski, love you. Mrs. Kowalski did a lot for me. She was a very kind woman. She was very sweet. In the beginning, I had a love for writing. I would always bring notebooks to school. Thousands of notebooks. I still love writing. It's my passion. It always will be. But I write at home now instead of writing in school when I should be doing work. That's what I used to do. In the middle of math class, you'd see me writing in a notebook, and Mrs. Kowalski would get pissed. And she didn't like seeing Topaz all alone because Topaz was isolated. I'm not gonna lie, we were kind of rude to her. We all used to play this game called Animal Jam. And if you know Animal Jam, it's basically you sign on, you're an animal. I was a bunny, I think. I don't know. My friend was a wolf. He's not my friend anymore, but we won't get into that either. And this other girl was, I think, a rabbit. There's a bunny and a rabbit, I think, or a bunny and a fox. I don't know. They all look the same to me. I don't know. It was like 10 of us on there in our class, and we excluded Topaz on purpose. It wasn't like direct bullying, I guess, but we made it a point to be like, don't tell Topaz that we're all going online tonight. Armpits I have now, she had back then. She would always wear tank tops during share. When it was her turn, like, to listen, she'd be like, ooh, like this. And her pits would be exposed. It was as if you got struck by lightning. It was so shocking. The first time we all saw it, we were like thrown against the wall again. Every video, I feel like I'm like in shock. And this was post-traumatic stress. Like, I still think about it at night. When I'm sleeping, I randomly imagine her pits. It was nasty. Imagine this as a 4th grade me seeing some girl with pits. That I've never seen some girl with pits before. I've never seen anyone before. So I was like, why is that hair not on your head? Mrs. Kowalski didn't want to see Topaz alone, so Mrs. Kowalski paired me and Topaz up. Mrs. Kowalski thought I would be the best fit because I was the nicest to her. I did befriend her a little bit because I've always felt bad for the underdogs, and I've always wanted to be friends with the ones that nobody really wants to talk to that much because I don't want to see them alone. That's not what you do. I did understand, I guess. I was the nicest to her, and I never talked crap about her to her face anyway. Kowalski puts us in the back, away from everyone else. We were on our separate island, and this was the beginning of the year. I had to deal with this for the whole year. It was like 2 rows right here, and then we would be in the middle of those rows, but we would be far back at the back of the classroom. And it would just be our 2 desks linked together, and then everyone else would be all together, which I didn't really like. I didn't feel comfortable like that. Because it was like, now I'm the outcast too. That's the first time that I really had a interaction with Topaz, other than her yelling at me to like give her food or something. She was like, I'm hungry, give me crackers. I slowly do start to let her like talk to me, where I don't just ignore her and pretend that I don't hear someone spitting in my ear about like crackers. Like I kind of disregarded that. Now I'm acknowledging her. I'm like, oh fine, you can have this, you can have that. And she started to develop a little crush on me. And she told me, she was like, oh, like, I like you. I'm like, oh my God. This girl at my school won Rockstar for a day. So basically she got to arrive in a limo, and that was about it. Like, it was nothing special. I think her parents bought it, but Topaz was jealous. And Topaz was about to pounce on her. She was part of the Animal Jam squad. So I was gonna look out for my crew. We didn't talk to each other at all, like, after that year. But, like, me and the AJ squad, we were tight for that year because we all played the same game together at night. So we were looking out. I was like, no, you can't, like, pounce on Rockstar. Honestly, Topaz could have fricked Rockstar up. Topaz was a force to be reckoned with. She wasn't afraid to throw hands. And this was a day where she was preparing. She was I think it was in the lunchroom preparing. I also had to eat lunch with her. And it was so annoying because I couldn't sit with my friends, and none of my friends wanted to sit with us because Topaz was there, and it was like so cliquey, and I hated it. Topaz is like, yeah, I'm about to go pounce on her right now and stuff like that. Talking all this, you know, boo-boo the fool stuff. And I was like, no, Topaz, you can't. Mrs. Kowalski comes down, stops the fight from about to happen. Really, it wasn't a fight. Rockstar was just about to get jumped, so I saved the girl. Rockstar never found out about it, but me and Mrs. Kowalski knew. We were linking each other. Like, telepathy. Is it called telepathy? Telekinesis? I don't know, one of them. Then she would start this beef with this other kid named Timothy. Timothy hated Topaz. Timothy was out for Topaz's, like, neck. He hated her. And you know what was so ironic about it, actually? Now that I remember, they were born on the same day. They were both born February 2nd, 2001. And they both stayed back because everyone else was in 03 or 02. I was in 02. So that's just really ironic that they hate each other's guts and they're born on the same day. Both stayed back. They were both new to the school that year, I remember. Timothy didn't come back the next year. I don't know what happened to him. He had a lot of anger issues. Maybe he got sent away. I don't know. They would fight. They would fist fight during recess. Recess was my safe haven, by the way. I didn't have to play with Topaz. I could go with my friends, so I would just go with the AJ crew. One time we were on the track. I think we were playing tag football. And I turn around and I see Topaz and Timothy going at it. It was ridiculous. Topaz was hitting him with the lunchbox, knocking him upside the head on the ground, on top of him. She was wearing her tank top, so you can only imagine what those pits were feeling during that moment. And she was just going at it. And I was scared, but I was her only friend, so it didn't feel right. It didn't feel right letting her fight and get in trouble. I left tag football, going like the wind. I wasn't even looking for Mrs. Kowalski at this point. I was looking straight for Topaz and Timothy, my eyes locked on. And Timothy grabs Topaz, flips her over, so he's on top of her now. And, I got scared then because he was crazy. He was psycho. And his ears were, like, stuffed with wax. He never cleaned them. So, I was like, I don't want that on me. Like, ugh. But I pushed him off of her. I don't know how I did it. By the grace of God, I was brave enough to, because he was also kind of, like, strong for a 4th grader. I pushed him off of her. And I was like, Topaz, what are you doing? She just developed a big crush on me that day. It wasn't about that life because I didn't have feelings for her. I didn't have feelings for anyone. I didn't really like any girls except this girl in 1st grade, which will be another video. I just wasn't into Topaz and I didn't know how to tell her because I was a little kid. Like, I don't have feelings for any girls yet. In 5th grade, I did. In 5th grade, I liked this girl a lot for like 2 years. And we did like date behind our parents' backs, but it was 5th grade, so it doesn't really count. But anyways, Topaz had feelings for me, and I was like, how do I escape this situation? So I begged Mrs. Kowalski to move me. She wouldn't. Mrs. Kowalski, why you do me like that? You're supposed to be my favorite teacher, my favorite 4th grade teacher, and you just kick me on the side of the road next to Topaz. Fine, I'll just deal with it. So I would kind of distance myself from Topaz now. I no longer kept on trying to get her out of trouble because the Rockstar incident and then Timothy incident, those were both big things. And I feel like Rockstar would have got killed that day because Topaz, something was wrong in the head with her. I avoided talking to her. She would still talk to me. I would just nod my head, stuff like that. And then one day, this is what really got me peed off. I see little smelly monkey. She was copying my same exact she would steal notebooks from out of my desk that I saved because I would do it during class. I would write during class. I didn't really pay attention because it's 4th grade. Who cares about a 4th grade grade? And I would witness her trying to take it out of my desk, and I would keep on having to close the desk because it was one of those lift-up desks. So I would keep on having to close the desk, and one time it caught her hand, and she went ballistic. It was crazy, and she demanded that we didn't sit next to each other after that, so I thought it was over. I thought the drama was over. But then she started to beat me. She would write when I would write, and we were the only kids in the class that wouldn't be paying attention because we were both on our little island. So now we were separated because she demanded that we would be separated after that, after I closed the desk on her hand. It would be now it was still the same old row, right? And then it was me, and then it was her. So we would just be on separate islands. I don't know why Mrs. Kowalski wouldn't let me go back to everyone else's group, but I was still stuck with Topaz on our 2 islands. It was like Castaway. I started going crazy because I don't have anyone to talk to now, and I can't listen to Smelly Monkey's comments about me anymore. So I don't know what she's saying to other people because she was behind other people now, and she was whispering stuff about me. And it just really got me upset because do you like me? Do you not like me? Decide. I'm trying to be your friend. To the best of my capabilities, at least. Even though this is a forced friendship, I'm still trying my best here. So give me some credit. I'm about to wrap this up. I could talk about her for hours, but that's a lot of editing. And I don't want to go on rambling about her. Because she is in the past. I don't know what happened to her. I wish her the best. But we got to wrap this up. One day, it was share time. And Topaz shared something very embarrassing. Nobody liked it. I don't know. I don't remember what it was, but it was something about her home life. And she brought this toy, and she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna drown my brother." She said it so casually, and Mrs. Kowalski was alarmed. She was like, "What?" It's who says they're gonna drown their brother? Everyone was hating on her, laughing at her. Mrs. Kowalski sent Topaz to get the mail downstairs in the main office, and then, okay, this is messed up. Maybe I shouldn't have used Mrs. Kowalski's real name, but she had us go around in a circle and say one thing we like about Topaz and one thing we don't like about Topaz. And we were basically just shit-talking Topaz for 20 minutes. And I said what I didn't like about Topaz. She walks in and she oh, it was the worst experience of my life. It was the worst experience of my life. She starts getting in my face. Her hairy pits, because once again, tank top. I don't know. Why couldn't you just wear long sleeve? Why? She starts getting in my face, and her pits start going in my face. And I can't see, because her hair, I can't. But that was just the crazy girl. I thought it was a funny story just to talk about it. It was a weird experience. Yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you liked it, and I hope you don't think I'm a bad person for telling this story. It was just really funny, and I don't know, I had to tell it. I remembered it. What am I gonna do? My hair's a mess. What am I gonna do? I remembered it. I had to tell it. Someone had to know. Thanks for watching. Over and out. Bye.